Thank you for joining us on Sheridan County Ag Update. Today I have with me members of the John B. Kendrick FFA Chapter. Before we get started, I want to say a quick thank you to Heartland Kubota and True Built Builders for sponsoring our program. Without you guys, we couldn't do this. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Rolly Hartman is our president, and I'm going to let you introduce your members.
I'm Rolly Hartman, the chapter president. To my left, I have Natalee Herbst, our third vice president. And to my right, I have Bret Oetken, a sophomore member of John B. Kendrick.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yes. Rolly's been here before. You
Indeed.
two are new.
Yep.
It'll be fun, I promise. So you guys just got back here last week. You went to what's called Fire and CPC. So tell everybody what that is and why you go.
I went to Fire, so that's kind of just to like meet new members and just kind of like see what it's all about. So we went and had dinner, and then we had a banquet and stuff. There were a few motivational speakers. And then we had it was like a college thing, and we like went around and looked at a bunch of stuff.
So like a college fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there were a lot of great people there. Learned a lot of new people in FFA.
Yeah. I went to the CPC side with Natalee, and we went through a lot of different leadership events, kind of learning how to be better leaders for our chapters and how we can get our chapters rolling throughout the years. Like Bret was saying, we had a couple motivational speakers, a couple of speakers that have went through some hardships in life and wanted to teach us how we can get through hardships even in times that you think that you can't.
Mm-hmm.
We also had a national officer come and talk from a previous year, and he kind of gave some insight to what FFA looks like on a national level, which was very eye-opening to me and some of my other officers I heard.
Yeah. We also had these activities of where you had to kind of like think fast to like get your creative side going, and then they also had some problem-solving things that you had to like work together with new people from other chapters as well. So it was a great experience.
Good. And correct me if I'm wrong, because this is new since I've been there.
Yeah.
But Fire is more for your freshman, sophomore, new members, and the CPC side is more for your officer teams.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So on the Fire side, we send our freshmen or first-time sophomores.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of that just gives them a basic understanding of like what FFA is and kind of how the state functions. And then CPC, like we were saying, we went through some leadership things. We also debate on proposed amendments to how regionals and state works. So this year, I believe there was 7 proposals that we talked about, and throughout that, we voted, and some of those proposals are going to the board as they were before, and some of them changed completely. So it's kind of just a thing to debate on what we want to change as an organization, or Wyoming organization, for the next years.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So bringing it back here on a local level, you guys just got done with fruit sales.
Yeah.
And that has been going on forever.
Mm-hmm.
I sold fruit just a few years ago, but
Just a couple.
just a couple years ago. So how did the fruit sales go this year?
I want to say fruit sales went pretty good. We had a very high number of participants, and this year we kind of gave more of an incentive with our points awarded.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely saw a lot of sales through that. Our profit margin this year is pretty astounding, which sets us up great for the rest of the year. You know, we're able to do more fun activities, which we'll talk about later. But we'll also be able to send people to state without worrying about any debt or any of the negatives this year. So,
well, and
about that.
not to get too far into it, but I think that there's people that maybe don't realize that FFA and some of the other clubs and stuff don't maybe get the budget that maybe some of the sports teams get. So I'm trying to say that very nicely, but you guys are out there earning this, so you can go on trips and you can help get new members in, and so it's great that the community supports that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a great way to get our name out there, especially I feel like now, I mean, just the fruit sales, people love it. They're always counting on it because this year I had people, hey, when's the fruit sales coming and all that. So it's a great way to just get our name out there.
Well, it's funny because this is the second year in a row that I've actually had a member's parent call me and be like, hey, I assume one of the other kids hit you up. And I'm like, actually, no one's hit me up yet. And they're like, what? You mean Colton or Ella or Natalie or Raleigh? I'm like, nope. Driver, nope. Haven't heard from any of those kids.
Yeah, we heard about that one from Mr. Smith.
I bet. So, no, it was just funny. I mean, I think it just probably, so-and-so probably stopped or Ella probably stopped. Or so, I mean, people just don't think. But I did see somebody today asking if there was still fruit sales going on. It was on Upcycle, so.
Yeah. That is one thing we wish. I wish that we could hold it out just a little bit longer, have a longer sale date, because there are a tremendous amount of people that want to buy fruit every year, and it's kind of hard to just know who they are and how to get to them before we're out of time.
Well, maybe next year what we need to do is do some PSAs beforehand so people know how to get a hold of you guys that, you know, and get it out there. So let's plan on that.
That'll be something we look into.
Yes. Making plans for building a new barn, shop, or commercial building? Don't do any planning without a call to Sheridan's premier post-frame building and homes builder, True Built Builders, online at truebuiltbuilders.com. So, what else have we got to talk about here? The upcoming Denver trip.
Boy.
Ooh, yeah.
Natalie, would you like to speak on this?
That's a really fun one. Just coming from me as a stock show kid, I mean, getting to go and see, like, especially Denver is another level of competition. I mean, all those fluffy steers and heifers and all these, just how deep people can get into this and have fun. And then on the rodeo side, we also get to go down there and go watch the ranch rodeo. And this is also just another incentive for, like, our quote-unquote fun trip, as our advisor calls it. So it just really gets members active in FFA and participating, just so they have, like, a end goal in mind is going to the Denver Stock Show.
Well, we used to go and it was a blast.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. So I'll tell you a quick story about, we went one year and my dad was still rodeoing. And so we, I think it was my senior year, Mr. Siddle actually got tickets the night my dad was up.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So it was cool.
Yeah, but that was fun.
It was. And then Dad made sure that the whole chapter got to meet, like, Leon Coffey, Rick Chapman, you know, the bullfighters. So he was popular.
Yeah.
It's great. And yeah, just another thing about Denver, like, I don't show any animals, but just to be able to go and kind of have an understanding of what this show means to some people, like, it's crazy to see just the different reactions when you get there. Another thing, like Natalie was saying, this is our fun trip. So as our advisor puts it, Denver is a reward for those who have been working all year and getting their points up and being active throughout the chapter. They get to go have this fun trip, which is just a week at Denver Stock Show, you know, rodeos, showing, get to go to all the vendors that we want to go to. But that also means that when state rolls around, it's time for business. We get it done.
Well, I can tell you the shopping down there is a blast. Although Stuart has told me he's never made it out of the yards, that he's always just been down there with the cattle. He's like, there's a rodeo that happens. There's vendors. But for you guys that really like the ag mechanics side of it and the farm equipment, there's always huge displays down there, or there used to be, of that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, yeah. Fun fact, Stuart won the Denver Stock Show.
Oh,
wow.
Yep. In 2001, he won the Angus heifer.
That was a minute ago.
And he's still 29.
Time flies.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is a fun trip, and I'm really, really glad to see that that's come back. You guys will really enjoy it, those of you that get to go. Yeah. And what a great experience to be able to meet a lot of people as well.
Indeed.
Because they have other chapters down there, I know.
Yep.
So don't get into an argument with the PETA people like I did. I got in trouble for that one. From Mr. Siddle. He could tell you about it. So I know that you guys had a chapter exchange. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so this is a new thing that we kind of brought upon ourselves this year is we wanted, after, I guess, the FFA camp, we kind of had a change in ideas with other chapters, and so we thought that this year would be a good idea to have a chapter exchange, so we'll have their officers come to our school, and then we'll go to their school.
Okay.
So we just had Gillette come up to our school and kind of tour some of our egg rooms and see what we do throughout the day and what prepares us for life outside of school. And then this Thursday, actually, we're going down to Gillette, and we're going to kind of see how all their classes function, as well as their green hand ceremony, which is like our new member installation. So Bret just got his jacket this year. So it's kind of a big thing, just receiving those new members and giving them their official dress to be part of FFA as a whole. So we get to actually see how they run theirs and see if it's same or if it's a little bit different than how we run ours.
Well, and you can always pick up new things too.
Yeah.
Definitely. We've picked up lots of new things from Gillette for sure.
Oh, good. Now, is it Campbell County High School or Thunder Basin?
Campbell County.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was only one back in my day, so I have to ask. So you've had a couple meetings since the last time we had you guys on here. So what's going on in the John B. Kendrick FFA?
Oh, we had a Halloween dress up, so we had a little contest going on. And
who won that?
Was it Levi and Zan? No, it was Steven and Fish. Anthony Fish.
I think Xander won it last year, if I remember right. I was at an alumni meeting. I don't know. The alumni judged it last year, so.
Yeah, we had Steven and Fish win this year, dressed up as gangsters. And,
Stephen Gamble.
And it's crazy to think about because we actually had 3 different sets of members dressed up as gangsters. So
I hope somebody took pictures because I got to see this.
We'll get them out. There's quite a few.
I got to see these guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it was something to see.
We had vote for Pedro last year too, but I can't remember who that was.
I don't know. But we also had like a dance type thing, like just a dance class.
Okay.
At our last meeting, just a little fun time before we headed to fire, just to teach the incoming freshmen or sophomores how to do like the church clap or just those group dances like fishing in the dark. And then it kind of surprised me how many people don't know how to swing dance nowadays. But we definitely got that dialed in and taught a whole bunch of people how to swing dance. That definitely helped. But that was a great way to get to know your new members and
get everybody involved.
Yes.
I'm going to give us a shameless plug. Sheridan Media was there and presented you guys with a check that came from the sales that we do for the fair guide. So I believe we gave FFA and 4-H each, I think around $1,100 is what the check was from the sales. So we want to thank all those businesses out there that were a part of that and supported and gave back to you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, and we truly do appreciate that. $1,000, it may not seem like a whole ton, but when you start dispersing that into what we do, I mean, $1,000 goes a long ways in our chapter.
Yeah, especially for scholarships, for sure.
Quality Kubota machinery and customer care from the heart. Proudly serving Sheridan and the surrounding areas since 1996. Go online to heartlandkubota.com or stop by Heartland Kubota, 2450 Heartland Drive.
Looking ahead a little bit, here in a couple months, we're going to have the Barn Bash, which is the FFA alumni puts on as a fundraiser for scholarships for the seniors. So,
and this year's a tough year. We only have 3 seniors, so we're definitely lacking in seniors this year. But with those, I mean, our next year's class, our junior class, is huge. I mean, there's a ton of kids, and a lot of them want to go into agricultural related colleges, which they'll probably seek scholarships for. So it would be a good thing to have.
Well, we'll definitely have you guys back on before that. And I know we usually do some advertising for it and get that out there. So it's always fun, always a good time. You got a band, got some live and silent auctions, a little dancing, probably a little fishing in the dark dancing.
Some more swing dancing.
Yep. So what else is going on with FFA?
Other than that, really, everybody's kind of getting into their contests. A lot of the LDE practices are starting up or getting through. I know Parley Pro, we had a practice today at lunch. And so everybody's kind of getting ready for state here in the upcoming future. At our December meeting, we'll be talking about when we want to have our CDE practices. And so, I mean, that's about all that's going on right now, just preparing for what's up ahead.
Getting ready for the Denver trip.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit because you guys actually just had a livestock judging. Your team went to the Nile.
Yes. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Definitely an eye-opener to me. I haven't really been to that big of a competition. It was definitely very time-consuming, but it was a great opportunity just to, get your name out there and judge in a different state. Meet lots of new people from other chapters.
Yeah, that Nile judging contest is huge. we were up there helping with the Club Calf show one year, and I could not believe how many Blue Jackets I saw, which was awesome. It was great to see. It was really, really cool to see that many kids participating.
I think this year there was probably around, I'm pretty sure it was like around 500 people that were entered in that contest. It was pretty remarkable. Yeah.
Well, good. So I'm going to ask you each, why did you want to be an FFA?
I want to be an FFA because I just like the people, and I think what we do as a group is a great thing. I love volunteering and doing concessions. We also did the rodeo slack for college rodeo, and I just think it's a lot of fun to be around these guys.
Cool. Do you do any of the contests, or are you going to show any animals, or what?
I'm hoping to do ENR.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Raleigh? Yours might be a long one.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to exactly say. My freshman year, Jet West and those guys were all in office, and it was kind of one of those things that's just like, I want to be like them one day. And so I strived out. FA, it seemed more like a brotherhood than anything else. I did football and I did track and I did all the sports, and those only last so long before, when football season's over, a lot of those guys you don't talk to anymore, see them in the hallway, but it's one of those things that FFA is year long, and even during the summer we meet up, we go to rodeo, stuff like that. So it's a brotherhood that reaches out farther that I was seeking. And now being an officer, I get to meet new people like Bret and from different chapters and kind of lead them on their way, guide their journey.
I will tell you, it doesn't stop after high school either.
And I'm glad.
I mean, Justin West is still one of my closest friends, and not just because we were neighbors, but it was because of FFA.
Yeah.
And his brother Lance, so it definitely continues on into your adulthood.
I don't know. I just have always been around people who have been involved in FFA, and it sounded like a great organization to be in, and which it is. I've formed so many new connections with people that I would have never met if I have never joined FFA. And it's also just put another perspective on livestock showing as well. Putting on that blue jacket before you get to go in the ring is it's pretty great.
Well, good. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we get out of here today?
I think we're pretty set for now.
Okay. Well, you guys, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Sorry to pull you out of class.
Oh, there's no problem with that. There's no problem with that.
I didn't think that was going to be an issue, but so we'll have you back again here in another few weeks, and we'll be talking about maybe between the Denver trip and Barn Bash. We'll see how that went.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you again to our sponsors, Heartland Kubota and True Built Builders. We appreciate your support of not only this podcast, but of the youth in agriculture. You guys are always at the sale, and you're always great to support anything that these kids want to do in agriculture. So we thank you for that. And with that, for more news, sports, and podcasts, check out SheridanMedia.com.